Hi, I'm Ree, back for part 3 of our 7-day lecture series, entitled A Jet Tour Through the History of Christianity, Episode 3, The Rise of the Jewish Kingdom. Our timeline continues near the year 2000 BCE, at the beginning of Judaism. Judaism is the religion of the Jews in their relation to God, Yahweh. But who are the Jews? Our understanding of them comes from the stories that are sacred to both Christians and Jews, the Tanakh, or Old Testament, and the Torah, the first 5 books which contain the law. Abraham, the first Jew, is born in Ur, modern-day Iraq, and travels to Egypt before establishing the covenant with Yahweh. Joseph, a descendant of Abraham, also locates to Egypt with his family who occupy the region. Later, Moses is born in Egypt, raised in Egypt, receives his education in Egypt, and eventually leads the Israelites from Egypt and gives them the law, which becomes part of the covenant. After leaving Egypt, Moses gives the Israelites the law or the Torah. It includes the 10 Commandments, but also 613 rules of living. The law Moses hands to the Israelites shares elements of the Egyptian laws of Ma'at, which we would expect. The Jewish people eventually migrate back to the Near East, where, in the year 1000 BCE, they become an independent monarchy under their first king, Saul. In our last episode, Ra, you mentioned several characteristics of Jewish mythology, namely monotheism, circumcision, and the law. These characteristics sound a bit familiar.
They are indeed familiar, Ree. Stone and papyrus evidence prove these characteristics existed before the first Jew, Abraham, was even born. While we know the Mesopotamian people traveled to Egypt, no artifacts prove the characters of Abraham and Moses existed outside of the Torah.
Scholars have found biblical writings to be versions of both Egyptian and Greek mythology through literature such as the Maxims of Ptah-hotep, the Palermo Stone, the Book of the Dead, the works of Dr. Yosef ben Yachanan, a Jewish Egyptologist, and many others. Researchers have found and documented these correlations.
In our next episode, we will review how the Jews gain and lose their kingdom and begin to seek a righteous king, a Messiah.